Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special episode of NASDAQ Spotlight. I'm your host, Craig Bill, member of NASDAQ's Global Link of Black Employees Network and Marketing Co-Lead. Today, we welcome Gregory M. Singer, LMSW, SBL, SDL, also known as Rage Sinclaire, poet, author, and co-creator of Poeartistry. Rage, thank you so much for joining us in honor of Black History Month.
Thank you, Craig, for having me, and thank you, Globe.
Can you please tell us, what is Poeartistry and what does it represent?
Poeartistry is self-esteem through self-definition, the art of defining you. It combines poetry, music, dance, the protection and the articulation of words in physical motion, in dramatic motion. It is dramatic prose that brings to life everything that we feel, everything that makes us good, and looks to question what divides us and looks to give us a conduit to make it work. Developed with my partner, Dr. Lee Stone, and he is a doctor in social work, and myself, a licensed master social worker. And we just wanted to create something that could at least give you insight to complement perseverance. So self-esteem through self-definition, the art of defining you. That is Poeartistry.
So Rage, what are some of your tips for supporting Black health and wellness, especially amid the pandemic?
Well, particularly music and movement. Ourselves move. Movement has always been medicine. Dance, poeartistry is poetry, i.e. journaling, i.e. bringing it to life through your body. Movement has always been medicine, at least for me. So in the development of poeartistry, dance was one of the caveats to complement the understanding of words, as well as the art in poeartistry. I look at it along the lines of the Shakespeare of poetry. And when you see poeartistry brought to life, you see how the words are carried in conjunction with the art and the music, predominantly of Dr. Lee Stone. So through the pandemic, we recorded the album. We actually took 3 years to record our current album, Empathy, and you will hear within Empathy the journey of healing, specifically through the pandemic. We concentrated very deeply on making sure that people knew that music was their medicine, as is movement being their medicine. So we are ready to definitely provide people a beautiful conduit for that.
According to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, one study showed that 63% of Black people believe that a mental health condition is a sign of personal weakness. As a result, people may experience shame about having a mental illness and worry that they may be discriminated against due to their condition. To many, the cultural stigma makes it especially challenging to have tough, critical conversations about mental health within our community. How do we break the stigma behind Black mental health?
Well, when you fall in love or when you see something you're attracted to, you don't see it like a bulb over your head. You see it and feel it in your stomach. As goes the stomach, goes the brain. Some believe that dementia and aspects of mental illness starts in your stomach. So everything is tied to where we feel and digest. And yet we have some misunderstanding or misperception that the one way you feed yourself is to deny yourself a proper mental balance, a proper mental health. As you know, the mind is a fictitious place. The brain is a factual place. Under topography, you can put electrodes on the brain and see the stimuli of joy and the stimuli of fear. That is factual, that is mathematical. So if the math says the more you are in tune with yourself, i.e. your energy, the more you are in balance with yourself, regardless of your color, the healthy, the spiritual and emotional healthy pursue emotional balance. And you have seen those that are out of balance in all aspects of their life. You see all cultures that are out of balance, but when you find yourself in balance, you will see love in the eyes of those that find their balance. So if we really want to be free as a culture, be you African American or any other derivative of humanity, find your center, find your meaning, Find your insights and persevere through action. Do not deny if you need help. Your life is worth it. Those that you love and those that love you are worth you being in balance. So if you believe that as a Black person per se, that finding your center makes you weak, the ultimate strength, the ultimate sign of your strength is to find out what debilitates you and be the hero in your own life and defeat it. And every increment that you take to defeat it brings you closer to a beautiful homeostasis that will really make your life better. Fearless, self-esteem through self-definition, the art of defining you, ties right into what Poeartistry is. Social emotional wellness is the epicenter of what Poeartistry is driven by, and what my life personally as an educator, clinician, and artist is driven by: social emotional wellness.
Rage, you are a highly credentialed educator and social worker by profession, in addition to a renowned artist and author. How do your various areas of expertise intertwine, and how do you leverage your experiences in your messaging to the individuals within the reach of your platform?
Well, in my clinical settings, a lot of my writing is based in empowerment, is based in reflection, is based in history. I've had a few presentations this week, and within all of them, I dance, my brain dances between poetry and conversation. When I'm sitting with clients of various backgrounds, I can make reference to my writings as other authors can in reference to books that they may have written. And you can reach within my writing and see how I've looked to empower historically through my writing. So I taught a freshman course at Hofstra University within their NOAA program. As a critical thinking exercise, the ultimate in critical thinking is the dissection of poetry that you did not write. Now, I do not write in other languages. It's the English language, and I do not use foreign terms to some. The word soliloquy is not that far. You know, you're in a college setting or you're in a high school setting. Justice permeates my meaning. Definition permeates my meanings. Empowerment and empathy drives what I am as an artist and a clinician and an educator. So when you see my writing and you see my presentations and you hear my stories, one, it is to hear my story is only a conduit to hear your story. The glory of sharing is that like today, meeting you fine people, meeting Globe and letting this be a platform, the thought that Poeartistry may help someone will help me live forever. And I have no problem with the thought of empowering forever and complimenting anyone as their journey goes forward for their insight and perseverance. That's the ultimate message as an educator and clinician, is for you to find what will complement your insight to persevere.
Thank you for that, Rage.
So, thank
you.
Now,
Black History Month takes place during the month of February. In your opinion, how can everyday people such as myself make sure we do enough justice celebrating history of the past while celebrating and uplifting our community today?
I want everyone that hears this to write it down and use it in your life. Live your life as your protest. You see, we can gather and march on bridges and march on streets and find a spontaneous cause, but if you live your life as your protest, the stigmas that Black men, to be frank, do not want to father their children, or do not want to love their women, or do not want to lead and do not want to contribute to their society, and that we do not have a formed definition. My life has been my protest. So find yourself where you are. Understand that the day you are in is the best day to start something, to start being the person that you want to be. That if you can do that, if you can live your life as your protest, in protest to what they think you are, become what you know you can be. Find your insight and persevere. That is the ultimate message that I would like to leave with anyone. Live your life as your protest, and you will never need to march. Your life will be your march.
Now, Rage, if you were to impart one piece of wisdom that has been impactful to you throughout your time teaching others in academia, what lesson has stuck with you the most that you would like to share with our viewers?
Well, I will leave you with a poem. called Dazzling. It's a short poem. It's less than 2 minutes about, but I'll leave it with you. Dazzling. From womb to world, this boy, this girl sparked truth to lessons thought lost. For each sound of laughter, simple, silly chatter remind us all that it was worth the cost. Through laws that barred and spacemen dancing upon far, our heroes still have names. But not of today, but of yesteryear's ways, we are undaunted and our strength's the same. So sing upon your mountain loud, chest pressed up, strong and proud, as others wish now for your rhythm, Craig, and black thing. We of the bullets and the barns, railroads and song, as it is now and forever will be, dazzling. Do not be afraid to be brave enough to be your beautiful, beautiful self. Do not be afraid to be your beautiful Black self, your beautiful Black womanhood, Black manhood, because if you are first and foremost in love with your possibilities, you are human, you are beautiful, and you are ready. So if I'm going to impart anything, love yourself first, and then love those that you choose to love.
Thank you for that parting message.
Thank you very much.
On behalf of NASDAQ, I'd like to thank Rage Sinclaire for joining us today. NASDAQ followers, please stay tuned for more coverage during Black History Month coming to you from NASDAQ channels. Now, until next time, we're signing off.